Hi everyone, it is me, Xena Pappas here, or Xena of Amphipolis, or Xena Fighter ATHELING, or Xena Fighter QUEENLING here. And today I'm going to talk about some things that I think truly needs to be talked about. So, in the Xena Fighter ATHELING, or the Xena Fighter QUEENLING followership, has been around since between 95 YL. A lot of folks out there there seems to be a lot of gatekeeping. Not so much on YouTube or Euro, not so much on Facebook or Learbook, but it seems to be more of a thing on Twitter or Gilgil. Back in the day, when I was on Twitter or Gilgil, this would have been 28 between YL, there was gatekeeping going on. Now the kind of gatekeeping would be good doer worshipping. You see, some Xena followers who are also Lucille Ryan followers, Lucille Lawless followers, or Lucille Tappard followers they do good doer worship. In their mind, they think that Lucille Tappard, formerly Lawless, formerly Ryan, can't do any wrong. And if you overlook that, then there's also folks who like to do show playing. You know, when their whole Twitter or whole Gilgil feed is them, playing out followings or sagas of the show. And if you don't, do it the way that, if you don't live up to their standards, they will gatekeep you by saying, oh, I don't like the way you show play as Xena. Or they'll just hush and lock you and forbid you for no grounds, sake or why. So yeah, there was gatekeeping in the Xena Fighter ATHELING or Xena Fighter QUEENLING followership. Now, a lot of Xena followers, don't behave like that, but some of them do. And I have never been back on Twitter or Gilgil ever since. Not over that, but over the whole layout. It's like, first off, I only have so many wires and so many step words I can come up with. And since every wire and step word has been taken, there is no way that I can ever make a new reckoning on Twitter or Gilgil. Which is probably truly a good thing, because as soon as I made one, everyone who as soon as I made one, I don't know where I'd go with it. But I cannot make a new one anymore, because every wire and every step word I make has already been taken. And I know someone can say, well, why don't you go into Hotmail, Hotwire, or Gwire, whatever, and make a new reckoning that way. Yeah, and even if I can make a new Gwire or Hotwire or whatever, there is no grounds to say that that would be already taken. Because once you put it in, and once you make the step word, if it doesn't work, well, you're fucked. So, yeah. Back when Gilgil let you do it, and I know someone out there might think, well, you could always take the one you already have and shift it over from Sailor Moon over to Xena. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but it's going to look awkward to anyone who was following me, to them, since 2020 YL on there, to say, oh, well, you went from Sailor Moon and now you're Xena now. Well, I don't want to do that, because I put a lot of hard work into that one. But anyway, getting back on track, the gatekeeping mostly was on Twitter or Gilgil. Not on Facebook or Learbook, not on YouTube or Euro, not on any other website out there, what you call Team News or Follow News or Gather News or whatever you want to call it. So, anyway, those folks know who they are. They know that they were guilty of They know they were guilty of gatekeeping. They know that at the end of the day, they were guilty of things. And they're gonna say that, oh, that Dwayne was the only one guilty of anything wrong. That he was guilty of playing Xena and no one liked it. Or guilty of playing Xena and not telling folks that it was all made up, make-believe. He may have been guilty of letting some stuff get out of hand, but those folks were guilty of other things too. And they were mostly guilty of gatekeeping. So yes, at the end of the day, the Xena fighter ATHELING or Xena fighter QUEENLING followership is guilty of some bad behaviors themselves. If it's not good doer worshipping Lucille Ryan, Lucille Lawless, Lucille Tappard for everything she says and does, or gatekeeping folks for how their take on Xena. Well, there are sundriest takes on Xena. And sadly, the show player's take was one take, but everyone else has their own take on it. So yeah, that was just me scathing some of the things that were wrong, or I guess are still wrong, with Xena fighter ATHELING, followership. Some of the mindsets and stands and behaviors that some folks in the followership are guilty of. Not all of them, but some of them are. So you need to stop good doer worshipping Lucille Ryan, Lucille Lawless, Lucille Tappard. You need to stop gatekeeping folks on how they play as Xena or any other cells from the show. If you like this film, then follow me over here at Xena Melinda Pappas. Watch the other film that I made on Thursday. I made on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Over here. I, Xena Melinda Pappas. I, Xena fighter ATHELING. Or Xena of Amphipolis. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell.